Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to make something very clear to every single one of you right now. It's not going to be the typical introduction that I give every single day. Because frankly, we in the XRP community have been vindicated. You see, over the past 2 days, we have seen revealed to us that SEC staff emails reveal that XRP has failed the Howey test, questioning the SEC's allegations. And as I've been deep diving into the documents and doing my research, I've been going through quite a whirlwind of emotions. First of all, I'm extremely excited because we've never done anything wrong from the beginning and we've tried our best to play by the rules. We have been vindicated. As I said before, I'll say again. But in addition, on a more serious note, I am extremely angry. I'm angry because the XRP community has been right from the beginning. Ripple has played by the rules from the beginning. All they wanted was some regulation. All they've asked for is clarity. All we've done is go into the SEC's office and done our absolute best to work with regulators. And for that transparency, we get a lawsuit slapped on us on the final day of Jay Clayton's tenure. You know what's so infuriating is that we had to sit here and wait through a 2.5-year lawsuit after we as XRP holders had to sit through the 2017-18 bull run into bear market just to wait for the 2021 bull run to not even achieve an all-time high because of this lawsuit, which now we see with 2020 hindsight was all bullshit. Man, fuck the SEC and all this nonsense. I want some profits. And those profits got stolen from a frivolous lawsuit. I'm absolutely upset. And I know all of you are as well. No community in this ecosystem deserve this less than the XRP army. And I can't stress this enough. We're almost done. We're almost at the end. Fuck the SEC. And it's time to put the nail in the coffin. Now, we're going to get into some of the details because this isn't just going to be a rage fest towards the SEC. We're going to get into what exactly is going on. Sam Lyman, reporter from Forbes, stated the SEC may have bitten off more than it could chew in its campaign against XRP. And here John Deaton responds and states there are several reasons the SEC is in this position. 1, the lawsuit was not only about enforcing U.S. securities laws. If it was, the case would have been limited to specific sales made by Ripple and it would have settled by now. The lawsuit was used as a weapon with bad intentions. Even Joe Grunfest, one of the most respected former SEC commissioners alive today, called into question the motive behind filing this case. Ripple assembled one of the best legal teams money can buy, a former chair of the SEC, a former director of corporate finance, a former director of enforcement, a former chief of litigation, a former chief of the criminal division, and the best appellate law firm in the country. Justice Gorsuch was there. $200 million was spent on this case for a reason. And 3, the SEC never expected the XRP army and 75,000 people coming together against the SEC. Ladies and gentlemen, when I tell you we are the most powerful crypto community on the planet, it's because we are. And the only community that compares is the Bitcoin maxis. But the maxis are too tribal. The maxis have inferior technology. And that's why ultimately we're the best. Now, I also want you guys to read this short thread from John Deaton. When you look at all the other SEC emails cited in Ripple's opposition, they are redacted. The one about there being reasonable grounds to not believe XRP satisfies all the Howey factors is not redacted, which is very interesting. The SEC wanted all statements by SEC staff redacted, and it appears they all were. What this tells me is that the statement about XRP not satisfying Howey is not a direct quote from a senior SEC official. Otherwise, it would be redacted. I've concluded that the statement was made by a market participant independent of Ripple, not the SEC, but it was referenced by someone in the Hinman emails, or the third-party email was forwarded to Hinman or the email group discussing the speech. I always want my comments to be based in facts, so I'm making this clarification. And even though it isn't a direct quote by an SEC official, it is still damaging as hell because it demonstrates XRP was discussed. Someone at the SEC passed this XRP opinion to the email for a reason. And ladies and gentlemen, this is what it's always been about. It's always been about complete control of the industry, biases aside, the law aside. And that's why this Ripple case has always been so important. Even Forbes mentions that the ripple effects from the SEC lawsuit could strengthen the Coinbase litigation. This lawsuit getting a positive result for the XRP community and for Ripple as a whole would mean we would be the heroes of crypto. That's what's so frustrating. We've had to sit on the sidelines of a bull run in order to benefit the entire crypto industry, which has never had our back. Part of me is infuriated by this, but the other part understands this and wants the industry to thrive. Ultimately, what I want all of you to pick up out of this video is that we have always been correct. We will be the new 1%. Fuck the SEC and all that they stand for. And we are complete revolutionaries in this space. I genuinely appreciate every single one of you for remaining strong and standing by all this digital asset and Ripple the company. Fight the good fight. Our generational wealth is getting more and more secured by the day. And the more patience we exercise, the bigger our reward will be when it's all said and done. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Bearable Bull here. Thanks for tuning in. As always, I appreciate every single one of you. Now I'll be back tomorrow with another video.
Why do I hold XRP? Because Ripple's the chosen one to lead the new global digital payment system, and they use XRP. In 2013, the Federal Reserve began looking for faster payments options. 2 years later, an action plan was born and a federal payments task force was created. It included one company focused on crypto, Ripple. In 2014, the World Bank and Better Than Cash Alliance, which includes the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, Clinton Global Initiative, and the governments of 32 countries, put out a report called The Opportunities of Digitizing Payments. 1 year later, the Better Than Cash Alliance featured one crypto company on their website, Ripple. Today, Better Than Cash Alliance and all other UN initiatives are focused on a single agenda, the Sustainable Development Goals for 2030. You can see the SDGs logo on Bill Gates' lapel, world-leading companies, the Better Than Cash Alliance website, and on the UN's official exchange, Exchange. What crypto is Exchange officially utilizing for their carbon credit solution? XRP. The world will move to a new international standard for exchanging electronic messages between financial institutions by 2025 called ISO 20022. Who was the first ISO 20022 member focused on distributed ledger technology? Ripple. Who's partnered with over 300 financial institutions, including Bank of America, American Express, PNC, Santander, SBI, HSBC, Standard Chartered Bank, Bank of England, India, Singapore, Scotland, Australia, and Indonesia, the largest banks in Japan, Canada, Egypt, the Middle East, United Arab Emirates, Thailand, Morocco, Morocco, Bhutan, South Korea, Brazil, and Latin America? Ripple. Who is a former employee overseeing the Federal Reserve? Ripple. A former employee overseeing the world's largest asset manager, BlackRock's digital asset division? Ripple. Leading Australia's CBDC effort? Ripple. Who hired a former Treasury of the United States? Ripple. 2 former Federal Reserve attorneys to their board? Ripple. 2 former Clinton and Obama advisors? Former Minister of Defense and Economics of Germany? Former business director at Swift? Former Swift board member? Former CFO of PayPal? Former head of the DTCC? Former chief business officer at Uber? Former VP of Amazon and former SEC chair on their legal team? Ripple. Who's a member of the Digital Pound Foundation, Digital Dollar Project, Digital Euro Association, Mojaloop, IMF's High-Level Advisory Board on FinTech, Hyperledger Blockchain Consortium, Open Payments Coalition, Faster Payments Council, Global Payments Steering Group, Cross-Border Working Group, International Association for Trusted Blockchain Applications, Crypto Climate Accord, University Blockchain Initiative, World Wide Web Consortium, and a featured partner of the World Economic Forum with 3 members of their team directly listed on the WF website? Ripple. Now, does Ripple and XRP sound like they're going to disappear, or do they sound like they're part of a much bigger plan? You decide.